I don't want anyone putting a leash on me, you know? That's the first rule of manifestors. They want freedom. If you want to love a manifestors, you know, it's like in the song, if you love somebody, set them free, Sting, you know, that's that. You know, for me at least, this is my experience. I'm not going to talk for all the manifestors in the world, but, you know, no gene, no heart, you know, no tribal, pure individual, manifestor, open G and everything. For me, love equals freedom and respect. But respect not in the hierarchy, how do you say hierarchy in a hierarchical? In the hierarchy sense of like the tribe, you know, not like that. Respect is, you know, it's like in the movie Avatar, I see you. That's respect, you know? I am I, you are you. And for people who want to be themselves, which is all of you sitting here, because otherwise you wouldn't be in human design. Like I said before, manifestors is kind of like a service, because, you know, being in relationship with a manifestor can be beneficial, because in the very essence of us, this is what I feel, there is this thing, I'm going to be myself, you be yourself. And so you can be yourself with them, which is nice. I mean, no rules. But if there's no rules for them, there's no rule for you, right? You can sit here, you can lie down, you can walk away, you can do whatever. It's comfortable. We want to be comfortable. And mostly we can be very uncomfortable around people. So we want to be comfortable, you know? And then if we're comfortable, you're comfortable. It works, it's good, you know? And there's also the different movements, you know, with different manifestors. So like emotional manifestor, or splenic manifestor, or an ego manifestor is very different. But you know, there's the aura, and if you don't deal with the aura, you have nowhere to go, right? So the aura is the thing to understand. If you understand it's closed, that you can't go in, and that they can't come out. That's the thing to understand. It's not only that you can't go in, they can't go out. We can't go out. I can't go out of my aura and meet you. You know? It's not possible. The closest I can feel is if I'm with manifestors and they have a close aura as well, and we go. Yeah? As manifestors. I love being with manifestors. You can feel almost intimate, like generators, you know, like, because yeah, you know, I always say manifestors are like, you know, the book The Little Prince, yeah, the French book. There's the little prince, he has the rose, right, on his planet. And there's this rose, it's one beautiful, very delicate rose, right? A little bit elitistic, like manifestors are, you know. Can you please make me, you know, and there's the shield. Yeah, it's a glass shield. So I can see the world can see me, but this shield is here. It's not my shield. I can't take it off. Yeah. The best I can do is inform you. And then I build a bridge. You know, I build a bridge. I build bridges. But I can't go out. So if you understand that, you can have some compassion for poor manifestors. All they really want is to be left alone, you know. I'm left alone on this forgotten planet. Even the prince went away to, you know, see other planets, and I'm here inside my shield, my glass shield. That's a conflict, an inner conflict for manifestors. Because, I mean, we love you people, of course, but also at the same time, we wish there were no people. It happens at the same time, simultaneously, that we love people. and we want to be a part of the people, and we want to be of service to people. We're really like, right? Manifestors. Do you resonate? Do you resonate? Okay, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, why are there people here? It would be much, much quieter. There would be silence if there weren't all these people around. And it's a constant dilemma, I mean, I'm married, I have kids. That's practically a miracle, I don't know how that happened, but it did, even twice. I don't know. And, sometimes it's like I sit and fantasize, they will all be gone and I'll be by myself. Yeah. And then I know manifestors that live like that. It's not like that's what I would really want, to be totally by myself. I know manifestors, 70 years old, and also young ones, like living by themselves, family, I see how, how that's possible. It's not for me. I am a 12, I'm 2212, so I'm a social being. And I'm a 5-1, so I'm here to somehow be with people. But I could see how that would happen. Because if you live with a person and they start asking you questions and telling you things and expecting from you and thinking that you should be something, someone, and nobody likes it. I mean, this is bad for everyone, but for manifestors, it's devastating. They don't even know why, because they think they're like everyone else if they don't know human design. And why do they get angrier than everybody else when, they're being told or whatever? Why? Because that's the aura. It just pushes it away. And so to give them the space is to love them, to give them the space. And I remember this one time, maybe like 2 years ago or 1 year ago, this was not long ago, that my husband asked me something. It was one of those times that he asked me something. And I didn't answer him. I didn't just, and he was like, did you not hear I answered you, or something like that? And then I don't remember exactly what he said, but I said back, I said back, well, no, I don't like it when you ask me questions. Yeah, he said, well, didn't you hear I asked you? And I said, well, I don't like you asking me questions. And this is maybe like the millionth time I already informed that, right? And he went like, he didn't say anything even. He was like responding, right? Like you and your nonsense, like that. And I got the impact, like, and something in me said, okay, now you shut up. I said to myself, now you shut up. Because if this is what's out there, that when you speak, this is the response, you are not going to speak. And I just informed him that I'm not going to speak anymore. And for 3 weeks, I did not speak to him. 3 weeks. I mean, yeah, you're going to take the child or whatever. Yeah, okay. But I did not communicate with him on a personal level. And we had things we had to do with the house we just bought. So we had to drive somewhere, like 2 hours drive, 3 hours drive. Yeah, this was amazing. Amazing. I was driving, 3 hours drive to my son that was in the army somewhere in the south. And I was silent. The whole 3 hours, I did not take out a word. Now, he's smart enough already, and, he knows. So he did not speak. He did not initiate. I informed him, I said, I don't know what I want to tell you yet. When I know, I will speak. So for now, I'm not speaking. This was for 3 weeks. Yeah. And you know what? It was so amazing driving for 3 hours, just being together. I had no resentment towards him. I had no bad thoughts. Actually, I never have bad thoughts about him. We live in harmony, I mean, because we don't throw at each other what the other's supposed to be. So even if we're not on good terms, we're fine. We live in harmony. We don't expect the other to be something. He's very individual as well, so that helps. And it was just silence. And I love silence, you know? I'm in my spirit, we're together, but I don't have to talk. Wow. It's so amazing that you don't have to talk, right? And you don't have to be spoken to, because sometimes it's, and sometimes I go, you know, he speaks to me, you know, he tells me stuff, you know, he's my husband, right? So, but then at one point he looks at me and goes, that's it, huh? It's too much. I go, yeah. He knows. So we're like a normal couple, but we're very unnormal, like a not normal couple. Anyway, so there was this silence, and I was really high, you know, not speaking, driving 3 hours in silence, not speaking. I was really high. My spirit was like, you know, I'm getting my 4323, you know, information from the universe about what's happening, and music playing, and everything is just great, amazing. And he's okay because my emotions are okay, he's okay basically, right? Because he's open emotionally. So it's okay. And then after 3 weeks, something happened and we communicated, and I just felt this push to now share what's going on. And I informed him, okay, I'm ready to talk to you now. And I started, you know, sharing with him. And well, he was so shocked already from 3 weeks of not talking to me. He was totally silent, just listening. You know, he's a good listener, actually. And I went so deep in my emotions because I was only into myself for this 3 weeks, and there was no, you know, nobody bothering me, because usually he really bothers me. He loves me, you know, so he's like all over the place all the time, which is sweet, you know. He's the perfect guy, really. And I informed from such a deep place that he said, you know, it's the first time that I understand you. And it took 3 weeks of silence. He understood me. And in the next, at least few days after that, you know, what to do. But in the next few days, he was really careful. And he was informing. And he was always also noticing my smallest, you know, like response to whatever. And that was really a, you know, a quantum point in our relationship. And it was due to my being very loyal to what I heard inside. I heard inside, okay, you need to be silent. It was like God was telling me, be silent. You know, it was like I was talking to myself and saying, well, if that, your other self, if that's his response, you should not talk to yourself. You know, you should check it out, what's happening. And I was loyal to that. So I was just silent. And this is the amount of space that manifestors need sometime. Yeah. So can you imagine living with someone and giving him 3 weeks to just be in his own space and his silence? You know, my husband is a really special person. He's a warrior, you know? He's a warrior. He's a kung fu master. So he was, okay, this is what's happening. Yeah. Breathe. He knows how to breathe. Huh? But manifestors need space. Sometimes they don't even know how much space they need. And they're trying to be social. They're trying to be nice with you and social because they're human beings and you're human beings. So they're trying, you know, but it's not correct for them. And then when it's not correct for them, it's not correct for you as well. Why? Because you're communicating and it can seem in some level like it's okay, but then underneath you get that anger. You know that? Everybody's like, yeah, you know that. You feel the anger. It's not here, the anger. Yeah, it's a mechanics of anger. They don't mean to put that out. It's just that's the condition they're in. Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. You don't want to be with someone who's uncomfortable.